This is opinion-based, fair use entertainment purposes only. Fair use entertainment purposes only. This is to educate and opinion-based only. This is Wisdom Tree. Welcome back to my channel where we discuss critical thinking, mindsets, relationships. Today I want to talk about 4 couples that are no longer together that are on these reality shows and how the women have similarities. Mostly I want to discuss the women on the shows. First couple, they're not together. Dom and Tolu, they were on Perfect Match season 2. The second couple was Cam and Zadia, Ready to Love, Make a Move. The third couple is Clay and AD, Love is Blind season 6. The fourth couple is Chris and Paige, Married at First Sight season 12. And I'm mostly wanting to talk about the women, Tolu, Zadia, AD, and Paige, and the similarities I see in all 4 women, and not just those women, but that women that I constantly see, especially in my community, the Black community. And what can we do to kind of change this mindset and this thinking? I'm going to be inserting clips on all 4 women in quotes in their own words. And I'm also going to be talking about what I think that we are lacking. I mean, we are so good, especially the women in the Black community. We are good we book smart. We good at making money. We know how to create generational wealth. But when it comes to men, we're just our brain is just scattered. It's like we can't think. And it's a major component that I see, not just in them, but in my friends and women I know, that the word is just completely gone in our community when it comes to us and what do we have normalized in its place. But I'm going to insert the first clips. It's going to be a couple of clips of AD and how when she dated Clay, how she responded to him, how I felt like she let him disrespect her, and how she accepted it. And I feel like that is why she got the results that she got from him. Okay, the first clip's going to be about AD. The first clip I'm going to insert of AD is how she views herself and how she says she feels like that she does not deserve love. And that plays a big part on how she, to me, sees herself. She has, to me, even though she's a very gorgeous woman, it's just my opinion. I feel like she exerts a lot of low self-esteem, as gorgeous as she is. I'm going to insert the first clip. Well, a couple of clips on some of the things that she was saying about herself.
Then I come to this experiment, and I'm just hopeful that I'll find a man that wants the same things as me. And it broke me down. It really did. Everything I have in my life, I deserve, and I got it, and I worked hard for it. Everything except love. Really, truly something that I don't think I deserve.
Wow. It's crazy how gorgeous this woman is, and she says that she feels like she don't deserve love, and she do, like anybody else. And congratulations to her that she's doing the work. She goes to therapy. Good for her. But what she says about herself was what I focus on. How I still feel like, even she says she's doing the work, but she do deserve love. But she has to get rid of that, because I feel like, my opinion, that her self-esteem is a little low, and that's why she feels like that, or she wouldn't say that about herself.
If I see a red flag, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just paint my nails red to match. But it's really, are you going to walk by faith and not sight at this point? Are you going to walk by fucking faith?
I've never heard you say you're going to follow somebody.
I'm not even trying to be funny. Follow a man off a cliff without a parachute because I know he'll be down there and he will catch me. That's how much I trust him. And
I inserted 2 more clips in there, and I'm going to insert a couple of more about AD, about how she said that if a man has red flags, that she would just paint her fingernails to match, and how she would follow Clay. She trusts him so much that she will fall off a cliff or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, without a parachute, because she trusts him so much that he would catch her. AD doesn't even realize she's predicting her own outcome when it comes to men. That's why it is so important for her to work on. Like I said, I feel like she needs to work on some more things about herself personally. It's about her. She needs to work on her, and she's doing the work. She goes to counseling, but she needs to work. She said she's been going to counseling. I'm paraphrasing because that's what I saw on the show. She said she's been going to counseling for a year, but she has to do the work on herself without anybody else. Not allowing the disrespect, not allowing herself to say those things about herself, like what she says about her nails, how she would paint her nails to match a man with red flags, how she constantly covers and protects a man. She got to get away from that. And she will, because I'm going to help teach her. And I hope one day, she gets this video. Now, the last couple of videos are still going to be about AD, but it's going to show how the downfall of her and Clay became about, because she kind of predicted her own outcome. And I'm going to insert the clips where they was at the altar, and I'm going to insert the clips after the aftermath of that. And I'm going to tell you how I think she probably should have responded to him when he came in that room after he embarrassed her on a world stage in front of her parents, his parents. She did a wrong approach to that. I'm going to insert the clips.
there were so many red flags with Clay, but Clay is a trying man, and I'm not the type to give up on a man that's trying. If he wasn't, then I would have walked away, but he tried. We'll go through this together. I don't care what nobody says. I know fully I'm not ready for marriage, and you deserve the best. And if I'm not ready to give that 100%, I won't go there with you when I'm not ready. Like, doing so much for these men and carrying these fucking relationships, and like, it's just not fucking enough. And I don't know what else to do, really. Like, it's just not enough.
It's nothing wrong with AD. You know what's wrong with her? She don't even realize that she's being disrespected, because when Clay decided to embarrass her in front of everybody and he didn't marry her, you don't get to come in my dressing room and want to talk. You don't get that. And this is why I say I want to point out where she messed up at. He shouldn't have got a conversation. He shouldn't have been able to get no hug. He shouldn't have been able to get no kiss. He shouldn't have been able to be told, I love you. He shouldn't have been able to see her cry after that. When Clay came into that dressing room, AD should have said, you got to go. Get out of here. If he wouldn't have left and said, let me explain, I would have said, somebody get security. I would have told him, we have nothing to talk about. This is done. We're done. And it's not about having an attitude, because they love to say that women of color, that we have attitudes. It's not about that. It's about respect. And that is what AD, she's missing, the respect, the element, the respect. I noticed that about a lot of women. We have replaced respect with disrespect, and we have normalized it, and we think we the problem. We're not the problem. She has to get respect like a lot of women do. It's gotta be a number one priority. He don't get to come in my dressing room like nothing ever happened and get a hug and a kiss and me telling him I love him after he embarrassed me in front of a whole bunch of people, in front on national TV, and I told him I loved him. No, he don't get a treat. He don't get a prize for being disrespectful. And that's what AD, she got to get that. But I'm going to the next woman that I want to discuss, which is I want to discuss Paige, because Paige and AD kind of have similarities to me. So I want to discuss Paige next. Now I'm getting ready to insert a clip of Paige, and I want y'all to see the similarities between Paige and AD and how they think when it comes to men and how they're being treated. Paige is no longer with Chris, and amen to that. But I just want y'all to see the similarities, and it's not just them. It's just a lot of women. They just not getting it. It's the disrespect, the normalizing of disrespect. It just needs to go away. Now this clip is about Paige, and when Chris said that he was not attracted to her, and once again she did kind of similar what AD did. She kind of gave him a prize and a treat for being disrespectful to her. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the short clip of what he said, but how she should have responded instead of the way she did respond.
This is my husband. Like, we are legally married. You literally just met me 12 hours ago, and you've already formed this opinion about me. I feel like if he had that conversation with me last night, before we even touched, kissed, whatever, I would have been at peace with that. But we became intimate last night and this morning. I am so confused.
Have you noticed her and he even say the same thing? They both said they so confused because they're accepting so much disrespect. And what Paige did was she should have told producers, I need to get an annulment. But she didn't get an annulment. She sat there and she stayed with him while he told her he wasn't attracted to her. They were intimate with each other, but instead of her letting it go, saying, I need to get an annulment, this is just not right, I'm sensing too much bad energy, he's saying a lot of negative things to me, she stayed. She wanted to figure it out, and something was going on with Chris the next day. I'm not going to even insert that clip, but something was going on with him the next day, and what she goes to try to console him. What is the matter? What's going on? What's wrong with you? She was trying to console him. He gets another prize for being disrespectful to her. We just got to get it, ladies. We just got to get it. And we will. Okay, this is going to be my last insert clip for Paige. This is going to be about Chris discussing his baby mama, and she's pregnant, and how he wants to be back with her. And Paige responds the same way, just accepting the disrespect. Here we go.
For me, it's a thing of, it's tough having somebody raise your kid. And
I mean, if it's your kid, it's your kid. You can raise your kid. But that's a different ball game between saying, I want to be with the mother.
I feel like this whole process just was a thing of, hey, maybe I am still in love with her. So I think that it's best to separate, to divorce.
I don't know your ex. I know nothing about her. But you broke up with her.
Yes, sir.
For a reason.
Yes, sir.
But you're saying now that reason is invalid. It'll work now.
I haven't got that far.
Paige, do you want a divorce?
I mean, it all boils down to, like, he still has feelings for her. And I'm clearly not fitting in this equation.
Right. I feel like this was the right decision for myself and Paige. But
What was the right decision?
To divorce.
To divorce.
whispering that his fear is falling in love with me. Don't say that to me.
All right, I'm finished.
I thought that this was going to be a clear-cut bye, see you never, but I am very, very confused.
It wasn't that Paige is confused. She also says that several times as well as AD did. She also did it again where he was telling them, Pastor Cal and Paige, that he wanted to pretty much be back with his baby mama, the one that became pregnant. And instead of Paige, she felt like she's not part of the equation, her own words, and that's the only reason why. But as soon as he whispered in her ear that his fear of falling in love with her, she was smiling. And then at the end, she says, I'm so confused. When in reality, she should have said, I want an annulment. This has been negative. It's been disrespectful to me, and it's still going on. Can we please end this show? Can I get an annulment? But instead, she gives him another treat. She praises him. She gives him a prize on being disrespectful to her. He gets to come close and tell her, my fear of falling in love with you. She's smiling or saying stuff like, oh, I thought this would be clear cut and dry. I'm kind of paraphrasing. And she's confused. No, she's not confused. She's just ignoring all of these red flags as well as AD was, and accepting the disrespect, because like I said about AD as well as Paige, they do not have respect nowhere in their vocabulary because it's been snatched away from them and replaced with disrespect, and they just don't know that is not, you don't normalize disrespect. You put your foot down and say, hey, I want an annulment. This is a mess. That's what Paige should have did. But she didn't. But I'm not going to talk anymore about Paige. I'm going to go to the next two women. The next one I'm going to be discussing is TOLU, and how she has similarities with ZADIA, because their similarities are the same, but the road still leads to disrespect, normalizing disrespect, and don't have respect, and don't even realize that the respect has been taken away from them also, because it's just going on with a lot of women. They're not realizing it. So I'm going to insert a couple of clips of TOLU now. Now, what I noticed about TOLU is Dom was actually, he was trying to have a discussion with her, a clear discussion with her about what he was coming there for. The show is called Perfect Match. It's called Perfect Match. And what I didn't like about TOLU is she kind of was not listening to what he was saying, and she was kind of like attaching herself to him, and she was kind of listening to what she wanted to listen to, but she wasn't really paying attention. And she was saying stuff like, I mean, when I say pay attention, I mean she was literally, to me, my opinion, she was ignoring the not red flags, because he didn't show any type of red flags. She was ignoring the conversation and what he was telling her about what his intentions was, and that's perfectly normal. It's called a perfect match for a reason, and I'm gonna insert the clip so y'all can hear it.
I'm like, I don't know. I do want to explore things with you, and I truly do. But I do feel like I can be a puppy dog at times, and I'm just like so loyal off the rip, and I'm trying to do things differently that I did last time, and I want to explore things, and I want to be certain about the next choice that I make. So, yeah, whatever. That's what I'm here to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. I just want you to explore every connection that you need to be able to make the decision that you feel the most comfortable with. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't hope it's me. Genuinely feeling really happy and like vibrating. Like, if I could feel like this just from us being strangers and just having a first date, like, imagine once we really get to know each other, and like, I could just only imagine it going up from there. I'm not gonna make the effort to talk to any other guy here.
He pretty much laid it out on the table for Tolu to basically say, hey, he's going to explore his options. And that's exactly how she should have been thinking. She should have been saying, well, I'm going to explore my options too. But she was totally too focused on him. She wanted him to pretty much, paraphrasing, she wanted him to pick her, but she made it seem like that she was going to give him a little bit of time and to decide, to explore his options. But she really didn't mean that, because she had already started attaching herself to him, and that's something that women shouldn't do. And it shows me right there that Tolu also, she has a little bit of low self-esteem to even put herself in that position to want to get on a dating show and say, oh, I'm not going to even make an effort, I'm just paraphrasing, to talk to any of the guys here. I'm going to insert a couple of more clips of her and Dom and how it went left and how it made her feel. And it still leads back to the same road, respect. But at the same time, that you also got to not, you got to respect yourself. And you also got to not don't attach yourself to men that don't want to be attached. Don't open the door for them to be disrespectful. When you see if that man is not interested in you, you just keep it moving. Also, I want to say Dom did start becoming interested in someone else, and that's what sparked this with Tolu. And this is how everything just went left, because he started showing interest in another woman in the house. But that's why it's called perfect match. Just you exploring your options.
So, I mean, like, I've given you space.
Yeah.
You've explored. So I guess I'm kind of just waiting to know what the decision is. Like, is it no? Is it yes? I don't want to just be sitting there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just kind of want to know where your head is at.
I talked to Laura, and it was like something new, and this is something new too, and it's like two new things at the same time.
I just feel like, I don't know, Dom. You're such a sweet, genuine man. And the connection that I felt on our first date, it just felt like it was electric for me. And I left just like genuinely feeling really happy and like vibrating. I'm just like, I just want to see where this goes. I mean, we had an explosive first date. I just can't stop thinking about how great our first date went. I know that he's a great guy. I'm just hoping that he's willing to be a great guy for me.
I feel like we get on. You're absolutely stunning, and like I think I would be doing a disservice not only to myself, but like to us to not explore that further. So, will you be my matchmate?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. So I matched with Tolu. I think she's happy. Why wouldn't she be? She gets to stick around with me.
Now, this is when Tolu opened the door and let herself be disrespected, because she pretty much became she was pretty much became a placeholder, because she could tell by the expression on his face. And I should insert the clip of his face, how he was looking when she just kept saying, that I don't know, Dom, she felt like, I'm kind of paraphrasing, that their first date was electric, and she really wasn't listening to what he was saying. So after he seen that the other girl, she kind of hooked up with someone else, he went on and said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and, this is my, opinion, what I'm saying about him, but, take her along for the ride, because she's still going to stick around. So I'm just going to, deal with her for right now.
I'm really excited about it.
So if we go in there and there's guys in there, like, you wouldn't want to explore.
No, if I'm being honest with you, I do care about you. But at the end of the day, it's a joint decision.
it's like, I think when you go into that boardroom, it's like you have to think like about yourself always. So I think if there's guys in there, I think you should also take into consideration like putting yourself on a date and exploring something else.
Like, I truly feel like this man has fooled me.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about ZADIA, and I'm gonna show how her and TOLU have how they think similar about when it comes to dating. ZADIA was on Ready to Love, Make a Move with Cam, and her and TOLU kind of did the same thing. He also Cam told ZADIA to explore. He was giving her all kind of, subliminal messages, and she just was pretty much, she was open, and she also opened the door to disrespect because she also thought kind of similar to what TOLU thought. She was just too focused on Cam. So I'm going to insert some clips of ZADIA.
Was Mario saying that he thinks that you're ready for a relationship? How you feel about where we at?
I feel good. I'm rooting for us, but I'm also rooting for you big time.
What do you mean?
I want you to be happy. I want you to do it fit. If that includes me, if you're patient, things like that, then, I'm cool. I'm here for it.
Well, do you want me to be patient? It also sounds like you just, like, run for the hills, Zadia.
No, I think, almost like, how can I judge somebody based off of a short amount of time? Hey, back again.
A part of me is a fixer. And sadly, I've recognized that I can attach myself to situations. It's just like causes a little anxiety thinking about what's next after all of this.
Yeah, have you thought about it?
Well, I wanted you to think about it, and I wanted to hear what you thought about.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Okay.
Definitely. After you do go home, I do want to have an open communication to where we can possibly see each other, but I want to communicate. So I don't know if you're open to something like that.
I still don't know what that means. Maybe you could just explain it to me more, like what you see it looking like.
Yeah, well, ask me a specific question.
I mean, what does that look like?
Checking on each other.
Like, hey, what's up, friend?
It can lead either way.
Now say, what now? What are you saying?
I'm open to friendship. I'm open to, relationship down the line. And just, just leave it open.
Open?
Yeah, open.
And why it's so important?
I just wanted to come by. I got a lot going on. It's kind of like, meeting you this year was not in the plan. Started the new year with the goals of, just working hard all year. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm dealing with a lot of pressure from my businesses and my job, and my time may be limited. I want this to be a slow process, meaning this is kind of fast. I feel like my head's in a whirlwind. Other men are courting you. You have a lot of other dates, Somebody else may be ready to just jump in and be there for you at all times. And I just want to share it with you so that, you move forward with full knowledge of what's going on.
I'm not 100% sure, what's happening in this moment. I guess I'm just trying to completely understand.
I've enjoyed, spending time with you. I've enjoyed, taking you around. I still want to, show you around the city. Just I'm saying that my time moving forward will be limited. If you want to make your decision to part ways with somebody like that, you can. But if you want to, hang on to me and still, nurture what we've been building.
So you want me to part ways with you?
I just want to say I'm at the end of this video, but this is just something to think about for all you ladies, not just in the video, but if you feel like that you being disrespected, ask yourself, think about it. Are you? Do you want to take that disrespect or change it about yourself? One thing in the Black community, the women in our community, they are used to being disrespected. They don't even know to even demand respect anymore. Not even just, you don't have to openly demand it, but just the way you move shows who you are. Like how we look pretty and we want to put our makeup on, how we want to dress, how we treat our body, working out. That's how you also should treat the way you think. You want that respect. You demand it. You don't need to be a fixer like what is her name? I forgot her name again. I'm so sleepy, y'all. ZADIA said she was a fixer. You don't need to be a fixer. You don't need to feel confused like AD and PAIGE was. You don't need to feel like you played like TOLU said. You demand respect. These are gorgeous women on here, and it's a slew of them going through this. You gotta demand respect. Well, I'm at the end of this video. I am tired. I am sleepy. I hope this video reaches one of these ladies, or all of them, and they don't take it personal. I'm just here to help. I'm a woman. I'm a black woman. And I feel like I'm seeing this on a regular basis all the time. Not just on TV, not just on reality shows, but in person. Did I used to ever be like any of these ladies? Of course I did when I was younger, but am I like that anymore? No, I demand respect. You gonna treat me good, just like you want me to treat you, just like you want me to nourish you, just like you want me to pour into you. You got to do the same for me. I demand that. Anyway, I'm at the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe. I got a little treat for y'all at the end. And think about it. When somebody, if you really want to gain respect, or just if you don't even remember how to get respect, it's like it's not in our vocabulary as black women to have respect. Put a piece, like I'm saying this video, I'm finna insert. Ball up a piece of paper, put it in your pocket. Wear it on a keychain. When you go on a date, hold it in your hand. When somebody's saying something to you that you say that you feel like is disrespectful, open up that piece of paper and look at it. The word respect. Look at the keychain. Look at something that has the word respect engraved on it. Hold it in your hand. And then you decide, is this right what this person is saying to me? Ask yourself, you know what's right and what ain't right. You demand respect. Till next time, y'all. And I'm out. You gotta have it. You gotta demand it. You gotta want it. This was a box I made myself. Called it respect. Shoot. Put a piece of, write it on a piece of paper and stick it in your pocket. And when people say something disrespectful to you, look at that paper and remind yourself you worthy of that.